In this video, we will learn about the spermatogenesis. So what is spermatogenesis? That is, the formation of this sperm is called spermatogenesis. And how it happens? To know how it occurs, we need to know about the structure of the testes. There are two testes inside the scrotal sac in human males. Except the covering of scrotal sac, there is another type of covering, that is the tunica albuginea, which covers the testes and also radiates inner partitions, which divide the testes into lobules. And there are 200 to 300 such lobules in a testis. Each lobule contains 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules. And this is the actual place where the sperm formation occurs, or the spermatogenesis occurs. If we look at the cross section of testes, we will find a layer of germinal epithelium around the periphery of the seminiferous tubules, which contains two types of cells, that is the spermatogenic cells, which produce the sperms, and the sustentacular cells, or the Sertoli cell, which provides nourishment to these sperms. Except these, there is another type of cell outside the seminiferous tubule, which is called the interstitial cell, or the cells of Leydig. The cells of Leydig produce the male sex hormone, that is the testosterone. So this is all about testes. Let us know about the spermatogenesis. The spermatogenesis is divided into two phases, that is the spermatocytogenesis and the spermiogenesis. The spermatocytogenesis is again divided into three phases, that is the multiplication phase, growth phase, and the maturation phase. In multiplication phase, the primordial germ cells, or the sperm mother cell, divide mitotically and produce many numbers of spermatogonia. And these spermatogonia are of two types, that is type A and type B. The type A spermatogonia are of again two types. The first group of spermatogonia in type A divide again and again mitotically, and their mitosis is mononymous, that is, they produce the same type of cells, or the spermatogonia. And the division of the group 1 of type A spermatogonia maintains the population of the spermatogonia. And the group 2 of type A spermatogonia divide heteronymously to produce the type B spermatogonia. And this type B spermatogonia again divide mitotically to produce the primary spermatocyte. Remember that from spermatogonia to primary spermatocyte, all are diploid, that is, they contain 46 number of chromosomes, or the 2n number of chromosomes. After that, the type B spermatogonia again divide mitotically to produce the primary spermatocyte. After that, the primary spermatocytes enter the growth phase, in which they do not divide further and accumulate nutritive materials, mainly the albumin, and enter the maturation phase. The maturation phase is divided into two divisions, that is first maturation division and the second maturation division. The first maturation division is a reductional division, that is, the diploid cells now become the haploid cells, and this becomes the secondary spermatocytes. And the second maturation division is equational in nature, in which the secondary spermatocytes divide again to produce two number of spermatocytes. Hence, we can conclude that a single primary spermatocyte produces 4 spermatids. So this is all about the spermatocytogenesis. Now let us look at the spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis means the process, the changes through which a spermatid becomes the sperm or the spermatozoa. Before, the spermatids are different from the sperms. They are globular in structure, round in structure, but sperms are thread-like long structure. The sperm is motile, active, but the spermatid is non-motile, inactive. So let us see the changes that occurs in spermatid to become the sperm. First is contraction of the nucleus. The nucleus of the spermatid loses its water content and RNA and become the spindle-shaped nucleus. Next is our acrosome formation. The Golgi complex vacuole loses its water contents and becomes the acrosome, which present close to the nucleus. Next is our clumping of the mitochondria. All the mitochondria clump together at a place and form the coiled mitochondrial cord. Next is our proximal and distal centriole. There are two centrioles, that is the proximal and distal, which are present one behind another in the neck region of the sperm, and they are 90 degrees to each other. Next is our cytoplasmic sheath formation. This spermatid cytoplasm forms a sheath around the sperm, and the spermatid produces a flagella-like structure which becomes the tail of the sperm. So this is how spermatogenesis occurs. In next video, we will know how oogenesis occurs. Oogenesis means formation of the ovum. So thank you for watching.